Yo, 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 what's up, my people? Welcome to Psychological Sundays. I'm your host, Dr. Scottage, and we're gonna get down to business. So yeah, this is basically gonna be the final Sunday session. I've done quite a few now, and I'll probably just get to the point of repeating myself. So yeah, anyone can go back at any time and watch stuff if they want. And I think when Akano comes back, he'll probably do some Sunday sessions as well, but it'll be more about the strat and entry stuff and candlestick whatnot. But yeah, this is what I call playing the game and the final boss. And so I'll just go over a few topics today that, like I said, will basically just be the final of the Sundays, and everything kind of comes together. And yeah, it's all about learning how to play the game, and we'll just scroll through. This is recorded, so let's just check. Yeah, this is being recorded, so anyone that missed it, they can still watch it if they want. So yeah, managing emotions. So most of the negative emotions you feel when trading are because of uncertainty. If you follow this criteria, you'll remove most of these emotions. 1. You need a defined and specific approach. 2. You need a defined and specific entry technique. 3. You need a predetermined risk amount. 4. You need a documented and proven track record for that approach and entry that provides edge over time. And 5. You need the discipline to stick to these parameters. So a lot of the emotions that people are feeling, they don't realize they're only feeling them because of the uncertainty that they have. When they're in a trade, they're feeling really scared and they want to get out because they don't have a written down track record of that exact setup and that exact criteria performing. If you have a documented, say, 100 trades of every time you entered at, like, let's say a 15-minute fair value gap. Imagine every time you entered at a 15-minute fair value gap, you documented what happened. And then you saw over 100 times, 60% of the time this happened, 40% of the time this happened. When you enter that trade on the 101st time, you can hold that trade and complete the task that you need to complete no matter what, without as much emotion, because you know, oh, even if it's one of the losers, that's part of it, and even if it's one of the winners, that's part of it. So what a lot of people don't realize is, since they're not actually documenting anything, or they're not keeping track of anything, what they're doing is borderline random each time. So they're in a trade, and maybe this time they're entering at a fair value gap. Maybe next time it's at an order block. Maybe this time it's on the 1 minute. Maybe last time it was on the 5 minute. Maybe this time they're waiting for a break of structure and a pullback. Maybe next time they're getting in right after a change of character. Maybe this time they're waiting for it to come to a Fibonacci level. Maybe last time they didn't wait for that. Each time they're doing something a little bit different. So since they're doing something a little bit different, they're never going to have that confidence they need to hold the trade or to be able to be consistent and maximize profits into the future. And they don't believe that they're doing anything random because they're not documenting anything. But if they documented it, they would see, oh, this time I entered like this, last time I entered like that, this time I entered like this, that time I entered like that. So they're basically just in the beginning phases of whatever they're doing because they're not sticking to one thing. The Bruce Lee said, I'm not afraid of a man who practices 1,000 different kicks. I'm afraid of the man who practices one kick 1,000 times. So you want to become a master of one thing and not doing a bunch of different things or different versions of the same thing, because you'll never master it. And in this game, you need to become a master of something. Some people are masters of the moving average and they make money with the moving average. I don't believe in stuff like that. I don't trade like that, but there's some people that do and they've made money. There's some people that use Fibonacci levels. There's some people that just use fair value gaps. There's some people that use order blocks. Whatever it is, they've stuck to one thing and they've become a master. And most other people, through their 1 year, 2 years, 4 years of trading so far, the reason they don't get results is because they're always essentially trying something new or going back to try something that they already learned before, and they're just kind of half-assing it and doing a bit of this, doing a bit of that, mixing a bit of this, mixing a bit of that. They're kind of, we'll say, trying things out to see what will work, but it's not really going to give you consistent results. So I found for myself that anytime I had something documented with a lot of back-tested data and I followed that plan, even if that trade was hitting stop loss, I wasn't really emotional. It was just like following a plan, like if you order a new coffee table from IKEA, it says take out the four legs, take out the screws, attach one leg to the bottom of the tabletop with three screws, attach the next leg to the bottom of the tabletop with three screws, etc., etc. You're not feeling emotional. You just follow the strategy and you get the result of the assembled coffee table at the end. When I have my strategy mechanical like that and I follow it, I don't really care if it hits stop loss or take profit, because on my back tested data, some of the trades hit stop loss, some of the trades hit take profit, and I can just enter a trade and let it play out and do what it needs to do. I can let it be one of the losses or I can let it be one of the wins. I don't really care, because my thing's so mechanical and I have the data right in front of me to see if it's a loss, it's one of these losses throughout the track record, and if it's a win, it's one of these wins throughout the track record. But everybody's kind of feeling certain kind of ways whenever they're in a trade because they're putting so much emphasis on one single trade and they don't really have back tested data for that trade. So yeah, the best way to get a manage your emotions is to have this criteria. So a defined and specific approach. I mean defined and specific. I'm talking specific. A defined and specific entry, a predetermined risk amount, a documented and proven track record for that approach and entry that provides edge over time, and the discipline to stick to those parameters 100%. This is not about managing emotions. This will remove the emotions. This will remove the emotions. And there's part of your ego that actually doesn't want that. There's part of your ego that doesn't want trading to be simple and boring. There's part of you that's addicted to the excitement and the gambling, the excitement of trying to figure it out, the excitement and the rush of I don't know what's going to happen next, because that's why you're taking slightly random trades, because you like the gamble. And whether you know it or not, this is actually happening on the inside. So there's a part of your emotional mind or your animal mind that wants to keep doing that, that wants the rush. Some people say they want to be consistent, but if you look at their actions are inconsistent. And so you could say to them, you don't want to be consistent. What you want to do is what you're doing, because if you go and get a chocolate Easter egg off the table over there to eat it, it's because you wanted the chocolate Easter egg. If you go and make a coffee, it's because you wanted a coffee. So if you're gambling and you're taking random entries, it's because you want to do that. So you have to remove that part of your brain, or you have to remove that part of you that wants to do random things and become, that's why I call myself the old man trader. You have to become the boring trader and stick to a proven system that has back-tested data, and you'll basically just remove 90% of the emotions. So people are talking about managing their psychology. Well, if you have a proven track record and you follow your plan to the T, you don't really have psychology to deal with. The psychology is coming because of the lack of discipline, because of the randomness of the entry, and because of the lack of back-tested data. So this is the real key. What's your move? What's your move? So in trading, I always thought I gotta learn this, I gotta learn that, I gotta know this, I gotta know that, and I gotta put it all together. But the truth is, to make money, it's the same as playing Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter or something like that. If you play Street Fighter against somebody, there's a certain move you can do and the other person can't even respond. Like maybe your move is up, down, right, B. And every time you hit up, down, right, B, the guy on the screen here shoots this blue ice ball or whatever at the other guy, and the other guy gets smashed down to the ground and loses some of his life. So if you just keep doing that move, up, down, right, B, up, down, right, B, up, down, right, B, the other guy's life just goes down and down and down until you beat him. Maybe your move is left, A, down, And every time you hit left, left, A down, something happens, like a jump kick. You hit left, left, A down, your player jumps in the air, kicks the other guy, and knocks him down. And you can keep doing that move over and over, and it deteriorates the opponent's health, and eventually you beat the opponent. So this is what trading is for me. I had to realize that it doesn't matter about 90% of the stuff. I have to find out what's my move, and I have to show up to the market every day and do my move. I don't care about missing this. I don't care about missing that. I don't care about the middle of price action. I don't care about timing the reversal and trying to get in at the exact end of everything. To me, that makes no difference. That's not my style of trading. I know exactly what my move is. I know exactly what time frame my move comes on, and I know exactly how to execute my move. And I have back-tested, documented data of that move performing over time. So if it's a loss, I don't really care because some days it loses. If it's a win, that's great. But you got to find out what your move is, and that's where a lot of people are falling short. They're trying this, they're trying that, they're doing this, they're doing that, or they want to be like someone else and what someone else is doing. They're like, hey, what's this guy doing? It's a perfect example in NQ Legacy. We've all joined Akano in Akano's group, and what he's doing and how he's doing it is great for him, but the individual has to find out how to do it for them. Maybe for the individual, it's easier and better for them to do the move on the 1 minute. Maybe for them, it's better to do it on the 5 minute. Maybe for them, it's better to wait for extra confirmation. Maybe for them, it's no confirmation and they're good at the impulse and the flip. But the real key is to find out what's your move. What's your move? Don't worry about all the other trends and all the other places to get in, all the other currencies, all the other, oh, gold's doing this, oh, US 30's doing that. Who cares? Find out what's your move, what you can come to the market and do every day. Up, down, right, right, B, up, down, right, right, B, up, down, right, right, B, up, down, right, right, B. Every time you do that, you kill the opponent and you extract value. Show up every day and just do your move and get out of there. The more you're in the market, the more chances there are for you to lose your money or to make a emotional, irrational decision. So for me, it's a matter of coming to the market, hitting up, down, right, right, B, taking my money and locking my account out. And then I'm going to a different account if I'm going to trade a different strategy, or I'm just calling it for the day completely. I don't care that the trend keeps moving. I don't care that it's going 1 to 50. If my thing is target 1 to 5, when it hits 1 to 5, I'm out of there. I'm locking the account. I don't care that it keeps going. I don't care that I didn't hold. I don't care about any of that because it doesn't matter to me. All that matters to me is I show up, this meets this criteria at this time, I hit up, down, right, right, B, bam. I kill it, I extract my value, I'm out of there. So this is what you guys got to figure out. You got to figure out what's your move. What's your move? Not just what's Akano's move, not just what's Smash's move, not just what's the move that I saw this week on TV or that I saw this week on YouTube. You got to find out what's your move. 90% of the people, they already know inside what they need to do, but they don't want to do it. They want to do something else. There's a part of them that's addicted to finding a better way. That's addicted to learning more. That's addicted to trying to do what somebody else is doing. So the game is about making money. Forget all that. Forget all of it. There's no point. This is what I had to learn. I had to realize who gives a shit? Who cares if the thing drops 10,000 points and you missed it? Who cares if this happens? Who cares if Trump does this? Who cares if the other person caught a 1 to 20 and I didn't? Who cares? The only thing that matters to me is making money. So I show up, I find my position in a certain time slot, I execute my up, down, right, right, B, I kill the opponent, I extract my value, I'm out of there. So if there's anything I can say to you is think about this game in a whole different way. Don't watch the whole chart. Don't watch what other people are doing. Don't worry about anything. Just find out what's your move. You need to make money for your family. You got bills to pay. You got stuff to deal with here. You can't be messing around and you can't be feeling emotional and sad because you missed some stupid trend that you had no opportunity to get into anyway. Who cares about that? I don't care if it's running. I care about making money. So find your move. That's the number one thing. A lot of people are worrying about what a lot of other people are doing, but it doesn't matter. Forget what they're doing. Forget how they're doing it. You need to find out what's your move and how you can do it. So this is called the final boss. So right here, this is your move. So if you find out what your move is and you can come to the market and you can do that every day and you can capitalize and make money, there's no more needing to learn. There's no more nothing. There's no more feeling emotional. Literally, it's just show up, do your move, take your money, lock your account, get out of there. Come back next day, same bat time, same bat channel. So this is called the final boss. Winning the game of life and becoming the new you. So this is the most important beyond trading, way, way, way beyond trading. If you want to succeed in anything, you have to master the final boss. So this is the last thing people want to hear. This is actually the last thing that people want to hear. The only way that you can beat the final boss and become the new you is to begin listening to you. There's a part inside of us that's different for each person. So some people would say, should I do this? I don't know if you should do that. Some people say, well, should I do this? I don't know if you should do that. Some people say, should I do this? I don't know if you should do that. You have to listen to you. So for some people, the final boss in their life, for me, for instance, a few years back, it was smoking weed. My whole family smoked weed. I grew up in a weed growing, weed smoking family and household, and the people I grew up around. Yeah, yeah. Hell, dude? The people I grew up around, it was all normal. My family was all about doing all that kind of stuff, and for about 5 years, I worked at our family's dispensary, so it was all about smoking weed, growing weed, buying weed, selling weed. Literally, there was all smoking weed, and it was all fun and games, right? But for me, it gets to a point where I knew on the inside, this is holding me back. This is one of the final bosses. And if I keep doing this, and it wasn't so much a problem of smoking weed and being high because it was fun and I enjoyed it. It was when I didn't have weed, all I'm thinking about is smoking weed and how much I want to get high and how it would be so much better to do this thing if I was stoned and blah, blah, blah. I knew inside my soul that this was one of the big hurdles holding me back. And I thought to myself, if you want to be a super boss, if you want to be a big business mogul, they're not smoking pot right now. Their main focus of their day isn't going to the dispensary and getting weed. The main focus of their day isn't getting high and playing video games. So I knew inside, if I want to be a real boss, I gotta let go of this old me, this aspect of the old me, so I can make space for this new me that I want to be. So what sacrifice is in the spiritual world is people think sacrifice is giving up something or not being allowed to do something anymore. But what sacrifice is letting something go to make space for something else to come in. So how can you fill your cup up if your cup's already full, right? There comes a point where you have to let some things go so you can make space for the new things to come in. So that's why I call this the final boss, because until you get over this, you can't get to that next phase of life that you want. And if for each person it's different. For some people it's not smoking weed. It's never even occurred to them. But for each person, there's something inside that they know they need to let go of or they know they need to move on from, but they really don't want to. And the idea is that thing is actually not serving you anymore. And if you let that thing go, yeah, it may be hard at first. It was hard for me to stop smoking weed for probably like, I don't know, 2 months. I thought about it all the time. And for about another 3 or 4 months, I thought about it maybe once a week. I smoked weed my whole life. I'm like just about 40 now. I smoked weed since I was like 12 years old. I started smoking cigarettes when I was 9. So I'm not talking like I smoked weed for a few years. I'm saying my family was a weed family. I smoked weed since I was a child. And I knew that it wasn't serving me anymore. So as I've let that thing go, I've opened up room for new opportunities and new things to come in. There's things I do that I wouldn't be able to do if I was all stoned. I couldn't call people. I couldn't go and see people. I couldn't face to face help people with their businesses if I'm just hitting the bong, right? So until you let these things go, other things can't really come in. But as soon as you let them go, you show to the universe, hey, I'm finally doing what I said, and I'm valuing myself more than this thing. And now I'm ready for you to provide me with the new life that I'm looking for. You just got to make space for it. You'll be really surprised if you let certain things go, how when you make space, that new ideas and new things come in, and they'll be the missing link that you needed to get where you want to go. So the new you is just on the other side. It's not far away. It's just on the other side of those things. And don't look at it like you have to let something go. Look at it like you're opening the door for something better to come in, because that's how it works. The universe always wants to provide you better. But if you have your plate full, there's no room for it to give you better food. If you have um, if you have a cup that's full of water, how are you going to add anything to it? You got to pour some of the cup out so you can add some new water to it. So for you, it's about listening and understanding what you need to do, because no one can tell you. No one can say, oh, um, stop drinking alcohol. For some people, drinking alcohol is not a problem. It never dawns on them. Once a year at a party, they maybe have a few drinks, no big deal. For other people, it's like they know, man, I gotta stop doing this, blah, blah, blah. For some people, it's maybe not, it's Easter. For some people, it's maybe not eating chocolate anymore. For some people, it's maybe not being an asshole to people. Yeah, for some people, maybe it's they gotta let go of addiction to porn or something like that. All of these things, it's just your brain trying to get. I'd classify them all as the same thing. I don't really judge anyone on what they do, because everybody has their own group of these demons that they deal with. They're all just doing the same thing to your brain. They're trying to get short-term rewards with the least amount of effort, because that's how the brain works. It wants to get as much dopamine with as little effort as possible. But at the end of the day, you just feel like shit about yourself when you do that thing again. And then you're like, ah, I can't believe I did that thing again, blah, 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 blah. So we're really sacrificing. You get maybe 5 minutes of pleasure or a half an hour of pleasure, but then you feel really bad for hours. So that's the final boss. And like I said, it's something that nobody wants to hear. Nobody wants to hear that they have to make a change or let things go. But the life you're looking for in trading, it's not just making a trade, a winning trade, or two winning trades, or three winning trades. You're looking for your whole life to be switched. You're looking to not flip an account. You're looking to flip your life. You're looking to flip your soul. You're looking to flip your home. You're looking to flip your vehicle. You're looking to flip the whole thing on its head. So it starts inside. And the moment you start to change on the inside, the things on the outside start to change. So this is the challenge that I have for you, is to find the determination and the discipline to start to put yourself in a position for new, better things to come in, and just gracefully let those things go. Just let them go. They're mostly things of our youth, and they a lot of times they served us. They At one time it made sense. We were trying to figure out the world. We were trying to get pleasure, whatever. But then the more that you do it, the less that it serves you, and the more that you realize, man, if I just stop doing this, I would already be feeling so much better about myself. So the idea is not to frame it in a way that makes you feel like you're losing by not being able to do this anymore. The idea is to frame it in such a way that you know you're gaining by doing this. For some people, one of the things is like random entries. So one of the things people need to let go of is random entries. Some people will have a criteria. They'll have okay, I'm going to do this and this and this. If this and this and this criteria align on Monday, then they come to the market on Monday. They see a random candle doing a random thing, and they jump in. And then they lose money. That's one of the things they need to stop doing. If after they know in their soul, I need to stop doing that, then that's the one they need to stop doing. And that's why I say trading's individual. That's why you have to make your own plan. It doesn't matter what a Kano does. It doesn't matter. Even if you have the same criteria as him, if you just jump in and random at a random price in the middle of price action, that's on you. That's on you. So you have to say, for me, I can't enter here. For me, I can only enter here. For myself, I only want to enter in higher time frame fair value gaps or when higher time frame liquidity has been swept. That's all I want to do. I don't care about the rest of the chart. I don't care what it's doing most of the time. I don't care. I don't care about any of it. If it's not in a higher time frame fair value gap or has swept higher time frame liquidity, I'm not really interested. So for each person, that's what you need to do is you need to find out exactly what your move is, and you need to find out what those few things are in your life that you need to let go of to make space for the new you. And honestly, this can be your year. Your whole life can change. My whole life has changed so many times, but it's only changed after I've let something go and opened up space for something new. There's things that want to come into your life and people that want to be business partners with you, but they just won't be able to do it with the you that you are right now. The universe is waiting on you to shift, and then when you shift, all of a sudden your reality will shift and other things will come in. So the best way I can explain it is this. You're waiting on success right now, right? You're waiting on success. But what if I told you success was actually waiting on you? It's waiting on you. It's already available. It's waiting on you. It's waiting on you to change to line up with it. Money isn't something necessarily you chase after. If you chase after it, it runs away. Money is looking for a good home. Once you change and become a good home, the money is going to come and rest with you, right? So really let this sink in that you're not waiting on success. Success is waiting on you. If you do the same dumb random shit next week that you did last week, success won't be around. But if you do something different, then success just might be there. It might be a lot closer than you think. For myself in the early days, I realized it wasn't doing more, it was doing less. A lot of the things that I was doing were costing me, and when I just stopped doing those, I was a lot closer than I thought. And I thought, oh my God, once I started realizing, holy, I could get rid of half of these losses right now. I don't even need to win more, I just need to lose less. And how do I lose less? What I just need to stop doing these random things right here. So you'll see that success doesn't take a year, 5 years, 10 years. It takes as long as it takes for you to become successful. They say if someone gives you $1 million, you better become a millionaire fast so you can keep that $1 million. So it's the same idea. If you give someone $1 million, but they're not a millionaire with millionaire mindset, they don't know how to park the money in the right places, they don't know how to manage it, they don't know how to discipline, they're not going to have $1 million. So you have to become a millionaire to keep the million. So it's the same right now. The universe is waiting on you to show it how you can handle things. If you have $1,000 and you don't handle it properly, why would the universe give you 10,000 to handle or 100,000 to handle? It won't. It's going to give the 100,000 to somebody that knows how to handle the 100,000. So that's the main deal, is to remember that, hey, success is waiting on me. So in this week, in this month, in this year, if I change into becoming the person I need to be, into becoming a successful individual, success is right there waiting for me. So that's all I wanted to share today. Basically, this part was called The Final Boss. The other part was What's My Move? You guys get the idea. I'm not just going to rant on about this stuff all year. You know what I'm talking about. Thank you. Yeah, I'll just read the comments here. Do you guys have any questions or anything?
Like you cut, G.
Oh, yeah, and Dr. Patience is exactly right. I love that recently I've noticed myself saying more and more, I don't care what price does in this zone. I'm waiting for it to hit this OB or this fair value gap on the higher time frame. Yeah, exactly. Then it's so much easier. I'm just waiting on the higher time frame. If it doesn't go into this zone, I don't care what it does. If it consolidates in 70 pip zone, I'm not going on the 15 second finding stupid entries. And that's exactly it, right? So for me, I just look at the higher time frame, I mark out my zones. I use TradingView like my assistant. I go on the higher time frame, I mark a couple of trend lines of where I want price to get to, I set alerts. Until TradingView alerts me and says, hey Scott, now's the time to pay attention, I don't really care, and I'd rather not pay attention because it's going to try and entice me in on some random stupid move. So I really suggest that to you guys too, is to utilize the alerts and the functions of TradingView more to have it as your assistant, because it can really make things easier if you really zoom out and you say, hey, unless it's here or unless it's there, I don't care. It can really get you guys to be patient. So I'm trying to win in spite of myself. That's the game. So if I know that, hey, when I take a good win, if I take a few more trades that they might not be as good and I can give back the money that I just won, I'm locking my account. So that's why I said I come into the market, I do my move, my up, down, right, B, I make my money, then I lock my account. There's no opportunity to give that money back to the market. Some people say, oh, I'm working on my discipline. Yeah, work on your discipline, I get it. But if you can just lock the account out, you can avoid it and not even need to improve your discipline as much as you think. So yeah, I really suggest locking your account out, but also using the TradingView alerts to let you know, hey, OG Demo, hey, Mirgus, now's the time to pay attention. Now's the time to drop down to the 15-second. You can even write words. Like you could put at a higher time frame fair value gap. You could set an alert there, and you could say when the alert pops up, tell me now's the time to get on the 15-second. But yeah, if no one has any more questions, you're very welcome, guys. You're very welcome. Happy Easter. Now's the time to resurrect and to change and to become that new person. This is a 2.0 version of you. So I don't care what religion you are or anything. Every day, every morning, and every minute is you're born again and is a new chance to make the change that you need to make. So don't ever think it's too late or think that you've made mistakes. Uh, it was all just lessons learned to get you to this point where now you can start again and move forward to becoming that person you know you need to be. Hey, sweetie, they said, I can hear the whole time your wife chefing up something delicious in the kitchen.
Egg salad sandwich.
She was egg salad sandwiches on this Easter, actually, and I don't have any.
And you can invite Patience over.
Yeah, Patience, you're welcome to come over.
And OG Demo.
Yeah, all of you guys, come on down, come on down.
over.
Yeah, we got room. Yeah, much love, guys. And like I said, this will basically be the last Sunday session, because that's all it comes down to, right? It comes down to knowing your move, having your plan, executing your plan, and getting the hell out of there until the next session or the next day. And yeah, in your normal life, just letting go gracefully of those few things that are no longer serving you to open up space for new things to come in, and be excited for that. Be excited for, oh, I don't know what the universe is going to provide for me. Be really excited, then the universe will have an easier way to provide it for you. And yeah, just know success is waiting on you. It's not something you're gonna chase. It's not something that you're gonna go for anymore. It's gonna come to you. Yeah, much love, guys. Have a great rest of your day. And if any of you are going and hanging out with family or have Easter soirees to attend, have fun at that. And I'll see you guys Monday. Oh, and if any of you are competing in the tournament today, I hope you kill it. Yeah, God bless, guys. I won't be around. I got some family things going down. But yeah, much love, y'all. Peace out, peace out, peace out.